This is a summary of Raya and the Last Dragon, a 2021 American computer animated film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios and released theatrically in some countries due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Long ago in the fantasy land of Kumandra, all humans and dragons lived together in harmony until shadowy monsters known as the Druun emerged, turning people to stone with their touch. To save their world, the dragons sacrificed themselves, each one bestowing a gem of power to the humans before their deaths. These gems granted their owners great abilities, but also drove them to selfishness and eventually war. In the ensuing chaos, the land fractured into 5 rival tribes named for the respective gems: Heart, Fang, Spine, Talon, and Tail. For centuries, these tribes fought over the gems until Heart-S Princess Raya trained to become the sole guardian of all 5. She vowed to protect the gems and restore Kumandra until Fang's princess Namaari tricked her, shattering the largest and most powerful heart gem into 6 smaller shards and scattering them across the land. This unleashed the Druun once more, plunging Kumandra into darkness. In the ensuing panic, Raya's father, the Chief Benja, was turned to stone. Overwhelmed with guilt, Raya blamed herself for everything that happened. Rather than sharing the responsibility for starting the war, she chose to bear the burden alone, embarking on a perilous journey to reunite the gem shards and restore peace to her homeland. Traveling across the desolate landscape, Raya came across a river where she befriended Baum, a clever and quick-witted boat boy who agreed to help her search for the nearest shard. Their travels took them to a junkyard where they encountered Tong, a fierce warrior seeking revenge against the Druun for destroying her village and turning her parents to stone. Impressed by her skills, Raya recruited Tong to her cause, and the two continued on to find the next shard. But soon, they were captured by a band of stone-stealing scavengers led by the mischievous toddler Noi. Despite her small stature, Noi proved to be a cunning and resourceful leader, and she demanded a trade. Raya would help her steal more stones if she helped Raya find the next shard. Once reunited, the 3 continued their quest together, now accompanied by Noi's loyal monkey companions. Throughout their travels, Raya struggled to put aside her prejudice against Fang and her own tribe, believing that Fang was responsible for the return of the Druun. Even after learning that Namaari had acted alone, Raya remained distrustful. Eventually, this caused a rift between her and the rest of her group, who felt that she wasn't being inclusive enough. Eventually, the friends were brought to an ancient temple where a giant stone dragon guarded the last shard. As Raya approached the dragon, it began to come to life, revealing itself to be the last remaining dragon named Sisu. Though initially wary of Raya, Sisu ultimately decided to help her restore the broken gem, seeing hope for Kumandra and the young princess. Traveling to a nearby lake, Sisu used her magic to reveal the first hidden gem shard. However, before Raya could retrieve it, she and Sisu were attacked by Fang warriors. Though Tong and Baum defended them, they were nearly overwhelmed until Noi unleashed a flock of bats that scared the attackers away. Later, back at the lake, Raya apologized to Sisu for doubting her and explained why she couldn't trust Fang, but Sisu remained optimistic, insisting that Raya would come to understand the importance of unity. Then Sisu encouraged Raya to open up to her friends, which led to a heartwarming reconciliation between them. As they prepared to move on, Raya revealed her true reason for seeking out the gem shards, admitting that she wanted to bring back her father, who had been turned to stone at the beginning of the film. Touched by Raya's vulnerability, Sisu retrieved the second shard for her, which glowed warmly like the sun. With 3 of the 6 shards now recovered, the friends set out to find the rest. Along the way, they were ambushed by Namaari, who had been tracking Raya. The 2 princesses fought fiercely, but Sisu intervened, begging them to stop. She revealed that she knew Namaari had been searching for the shards as well, and she urged Raya to forgive her and unite with her, so they could work together to heal Kumandra, but Raya refused, still too angry and resentful to see reason. Frustrated by Raya's inability to look beyond their differences, Sisu walked off on her own. Later, she discovered the location of the fourth shard and set off to retrieve it herself. Meanwhile, Raya and her friends were captured by soldiers from the Spine tribe and taken to their base. There, they were frozen in a block of ice, forcing them to work together to free themselves. After escaping, Raya and her friends were confronted by Fang soldiers once again, but they were saved when Sisu flew in and unleashed a powerful gust of wind that knocked the soldiers off their mounts. Then Sisu revealed the location of the fifth shard, but it was too dangerous for her to retrieve because it was surrounded by poisonous plants. So she asked Raya to go instead. But as Raya ventured into the foliage, she was confronted by Namaari, who taunted her and called her a murderer for killing Sisu's fellow dragons all those years ago. Raya tried to explain that it wasn't her fault, but Namaari didn't believe her and attacked. During the ensuing fight, Raya accidentally knocked the gem shard off the pedestal and broke it, plunging the world into total darkness. The other shards reacted to their sister's destruction by deactivating, causing Raya to lose hope. She sank to her knees, believing that everything was ruined. Suddenly, Sisu appeared before her, having given up her own life to retrieve the last shard. And she encouraged Raya to keep trying because even one small act of kindness can make a difference. Inspired by Sisu's selflessness, Raya placed the broken shard down and allowed herself to be turned to stone, hoping that her friends could finish her quest without her. One by one, they all made the ultimate sacrifice, each giving up their lives to restore balance to the world. In the end, Namaari, who had watched them all give up their lives for the sake of healing, finally understood what it meant to trust. She reached out to reassemble the broken gem, hoping that she could still save them. As light surged through the land, the Druun were vanquished, and everyone was revived, including Sisu and Raya's father. When they awoke, they realized that they weren't just saved, but they were also whole, meaning that their deepest wounds had healed as well. In the end, Kumandra stood united once more, proving that healing comes not from power, but from trust. So we can learn that even when faced with great challenges, we should never give up hope, and that even our greatest enemies can become our greatest allies. If we can learn to forgive them and work together, we can overcome any obstacle. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this.